Dan, Vikings-Rams is a rematch of a game that was played in Week 8. Minnesota's a 2.5-point road favorite. First impression.
This defensive line for Minnesota is going to have to get after Matthew Stafford. If they're able to control the game offensively, this would be a problem for Minnesota. I want to see Minnesota's offensive front also show better against a defensive line in the Rams that is dynamic. But if this pass game with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua gets going, this is going to be a big-time issue for a defense that has had some gashes over the last month of the NFL season.
That's our game coming up on Monday night. D. Wood, Commanders-Bucks is a rematch going back to Week 1. Tampa's a 3.5-point home favorite. First impression.
Jay Daniel precision. I think this dude is going to be surgical against this Bucks defense. We know that any Tarbo's defense is going to bring pressure. That dude, Jay Daniels right there, that dude eats pressure for lunch. He's going to go out there and make things happen against that Bucks defense.
And then we also have, Swagoo, another Week 1 rematch. Packers and Eagles, they played on that Friday night in Brazil. Now they'll play in Philadelphia this weekend. What's your first impression?
Jalen Hurts, man. Look, this is the time in the playoffs. He understands what's around him. I know he's been out with the concussion. He comes back with fresh legs. And I'm going to tell you right now, early in that game before he got hurt, I saw a little bit more usage of his legs, and it was giving people a lot of complications. I expect that to come out against the Green Bay Packers. Jalen Hurts coming back with him and Saquon Barkley in the backfield will remind you of 3 years ago when Philly was making that run to the Super Bowl out of the backfield.
Rex, you don't feel good about Green Bay at all, do you?
Not in this one. I think Philly resting their players. They're going to be fresh. And, oh, by the way, when they made that Super Bowl run, they had an outstanding defense. Vic Fangio has put in place an outstanding defense right there. I don't like it. Now you got Jordan Love with a little bit of a elbow. You lose your speed receiver. I think it's a bad matchup.
Christian Watson went down yesterday. It did not look good. We don't have official word that he's out, but it certainly doesn't look good. And Love got a little bit banged up. You give the Packers a puncher's chance here?
A puncher's chance, yes, because Matt LaFleur's too good of a coach, and they can run the football. But the Watson injury for me is everything. To beat Philly, you got to be explosive on offense, and you got to be able to push the ball downfield. When he's on the field, they can create 20-yard plays. When he's off the field, they can't. It's that simply put. I still think that they can compete and give themselves a chance, but I would have felt way more confident about them being able to do it with Watson on the field than with him gone. It's totally different.
I think the only shot they got is to give it to Josh Jacobs about 30 times.
Yeah.
Keep the other.
But they can do that. They can run the rock well. That's the strength of their offense.
On Sundays, we call it a dehydrate him game, right? You're going to dehydrate Josh Jacobs to give him the ball. I'm not going to ask D. Wood right now who's going to win that game. I'm going to ask for the helmets to be brought in.
Oh,
come on, Brandon, bring them over here. D. Wood is going to make some picks as only he can. We need protective eyewear for everybody. Here you go. Take your
let
eyewear.
Marcus pick one just to see the contrast.
Whichever one you want.
Get yours.
You get that one. Whichever one you like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. So D. Wood's going to pick 3 of these games, and then we'll have time to talk about it. Once again, that game opened at 3.5. Philly minus 3.5. It's been bet all the way up to 5.5. So we're starting on this game here. Eagles and Packers. He would smash the loser.
That's what we're going to start it off with right there.
That's a lot more physical than I thought.
We just getting started. We just getting started, Swagger. Just getting started, baby.
So you think that it's an easy win or not an easy win?
No, listen, I think Philly's going to roll, to be honest with you. Out there at home, in that environment, they're healthy, they're rested. Jalen Hurts is going to come out and it's going to show the world, like, yeah, we here.
Green Bay has played every good team in the NFC tough and lost all of those games. They've lost twice to Detroit, they've lost twice to Minnesota, and if they lose this, they would have lost twice to the Eagles as well. Okay, another NFC matchup here. We got Washington, we got Tampa. The Bucs are 3.5-point favorites. Let me see it, D. Wood smash the loser. Oh, my God.
That's a surprise.
I have no idea.
In the ribs.
Danny, you took that one.
That's what's left of Baker.
I see a lot of Commanders on our screen. Rex, you're the only guy who believes in Baker Mayfield this weekend.
I believe in Baker Mayfield. He's hot. I think they can get it done.
What's he called? You got to ask Marcus what he calls him.
What do you call Baker?
Mixtape Bake.
Mixtape Bake?
Yeah, I think when Bake in the booth by himself with just his producer making music, he the best. When he try to go commercial, he look like poop. Mixtape Bake.
Oh, there you go.
We got one more here.
He said he looked like poo.
We got the Bills and the Broncos. The Bills are a 9-point home favorite. Josh Allen, will he be able to make this run starting here?
You missed this.
Smash the loser.
Don't miss.